Alright, boys and girls, we have a ton of stuff to go over, so hold on to your pants. We have 19 TTMs, a bunch of purchases, and I actually found a few cards in my collection that work for the Oddball project, so let's go ahead and get ready for some graphs and laughs. First off, I want to talk about Shuffle Trades, shuffletrades.com. Basically, it's a site that I run where you can send in any autographed card and you'll get back a random autographed card from another trader. It's all done before the envelopes are open, so it's all totally, completely random. And this month, or last month actually, December, I got a Bob Bruning autograph for my trade. Of course, my trade was the hit trade, and you're wondering, what is the hit trade for January? Well, that would be a really, really nice card. A Hulk Hogan autograph card, certified, of course. So one lucky trader will get that. So if you want to make a trade, head on to shuffletrades.com, get your submissions in. Again, the 1st of February is the day the trade will take place, so anything received after that date will be traded in the February trade. Also, I got this in for my buddy Scott at Reindeer Studios. Lots of people have been getting this. Mine came pretty late. I saw the postmark he sent early December, and I just got it. So the mail is catching up, as you'll see with my 19 TTMs. But Scott was gracious enough to write a great note and send a nice little book of stamps. So those will definitely go into use today, actually. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. Here are the autographs that I found in my collection that actually fit in the Oddball project. First, we have a resting pitch face. We haven't had a resting pitch face in a while. This is Pat Neshek. This is a minor league card, and I don't know if you can see, but he's got a pretty funny looking mouth there. He's got his tongue sticking out, so I'm counting that as a resting pitch face card. We'll put that to the side and do those cards in the binder at the end. It's just too hard to throw binders back and forth through the whole video. All of these are oddball teams. First, we have Mr. Randy Jones, Mets legend, played for the Mets for 41 games. We also have Mr. Al Hrabosky. Al played for the Royals for 116 games, but he's very well known as a Cardinal, so it's kind of weird to have a Royals card. I think he played less games for the Braves, but he played more years for the Braves, so it was kind of hard to pick which one to use for him. Next up, we have Mr. Isaiah Thomas, who is a Laker legend. He played for the Lakers for 17 games, of course known to be a Celtic. That's the new Isaiah Thomas, not the Hall of Famer. Then we have Mr. Byron Scott, Vancouver Grizzlies legend, of course known for being on the Lakers. And then Mr. Ralph Kiner, shout out to Scott from Reindeer Studios and Haas on the Cleveland Indians, which is weird because he played for the Pirates most of his career. So Scott played 80 games for Vancouver, and Kiner played 113 games for the Indians. So those I just found in my collection, and I thought, you know what, I might as well throw in the book. They fit the bill. We'll put them to the side and put them in at the end. Okay, these are purchase pickups, guys. Alright, here is the Topps Project Archive, and it is a thick boy. Any day now I'm probably going to have to split this up into 2 binders because it's not going to be stable. So let's go ahead and get started with these purchases, guys. First we have Mr. Johnny Pesky. This is on a Topps Fan Favorites card, the set that pretty much set me on this path of doing the archive project for my daughter. And I collected this back in the day, loved the set, and mixed in heritage and any card that has a variation, a photo variation from the original set, or it could be a different player that wasn't even in the set. So just love these cards, the Fan Favorite set. I try to get as many as possible, so got that. It's not a certified, but it was a TTM back in the day. Next up, we actually have a vintage card, a UD vintage card, and it's a hockey card. I'm trying to expand my horizons here and find as many variations on these Topps and Fleer and Donruss sets as possible. It turns out UD Vintage didn't just do baseball, they had a hockey set. And this is Dennis Gaither, I'm thinking? Gaither? Don't know exactly how to say his name, but that goes in the set, so let's go ahead and get it in. 55 maybe? No, 56. No, 55. Okay, next up, another one that I've been digging and finding some oddball cards that you wouldn't think would have parallels, or that wouldn't fit in this set, but they do. Mr. Rudy Gay. This is a certified auto. Forget the name of this set. It's got a kind of a weird name, but it was done in the mid 2000s. Yeah, 2008, 2009. Sorry for my voice; it's going out a bit. And we're gonna go ahead and put him in the book. And he's going to sit next to Levon Hernandez, El Duque, I believe was his nickname. All right, next up, we have several rookie cards from 2010 Heritage, or maybe 2009. Let's see, 2009 Heritage. So this is going to fill up an entire page. So let's go ahead and flip to this. This is Mr. Landon Powell. These guys are obviously cheap because they never really made a name for themselves in the majors. We'll move this to the back since these are subset variants. So Mr. Landon Powell, we have Mr. Tyler Green, Keela Kahule. I don't know, man. Not even gonna try. Too many things to show off in this video. Mr. Brett Hayes, Mr. Jason Jaramillo, Mr. Gabby Sanchez, Mr. Chris Jakubakis. You know what? It's Chris, guys. So that's going in the book, and that's all your rookies for that subset. All right, this next card is actually a Hall of Famer that passed away this year. This card was sitting up there on eBay for a while, and the reason was it's a late signature. I did some research. It matches his late signatures. Also, it came from a person selling a bunch of TTM stuff from that time period. So I have no doubt that this is legit, but it is a little shaky. So it is Mr. Whitey Ford. Picked that up for a great price due to the late signature, and we'll put that right there. Rest in peace, Mr. Ford. And speaking of rest in peace, this guy passed away actually this week, and had to pick his stuff up. I thought it was going to be more expensive. The prices really didn't move after he passed away, but got this. It's pretty much bought it for what he charged TTM. So Mr. Phil Necro. This is on the UD Vintage card that matches up the top set, of course. Next, we have an ACEO card, or a custom card. I'm actually going to add these to this project. I know I have so many different kinds of variants on these designs, but these match too. Basically, these are custom cards created by artists or just people who want to make fun cards. They sell them. I actually print off my own here, but I've bought a few online. Not super happy with the quality of a lot of them. If you want to get a good quality card that's a ACEO or custom card, you're going to pay $4 a card. And for TTMing, $4 a card is not really reasonable. But this is Mr. Lance Parrish. So it's on thick cardstock there, blank back, but somebody made that custom card. It's not a card that's in the original set. I am adding these, so they do count. So that's going to add another aspect to the whole project. Just random funness, you know. As long as the designs match, it's all good, and it can't be a reprint of an original card. All right, next up we have Mr. Randy Jones. This is a certified auto from 1979. Let's put that in the book. Next we have Mr. Bob Walk. This is a 1990. So let's go over to 1990 and put that in the book. And the last one is a certified auto from Mr. Jimmy Key. Jimmy Key, he used to sign TTM, does not anymore, so I gave in and went ahead and got the certified auto, and he's going to sit next to Mr. Wade Boggs. Not got a lot of these late archive fan favorites cards from the 90s, but I am hitting that group of send-outs, so we should be getting more of those back TTM soon. Okay, guys. Now, let's go ahead and do what you've all been waiting for, the TTMs. We have 19 of them. First, we actually have a return from Project Hit the Deck. This is my second point, hopefully, if nobody else got it in today or earlier. This is Mr. Bobby Brown. So signed a number 6 card because he was number 6, and signed this Upper Deck card here. So that is 2 points for me. And remember, for Project Hit the Deck, guys, enter as soon as possible, because 1 point is an entry. It's not winner take all. So on Project Hit the Deck on Troy's channel, go check it out. Get your stuff out and get some entries, man. Who knows? You know, those lower entries could still win. So, all right, next up, this one was kind of disappointing because I sent a card that I really wanted signed, and the card came out smeared. But this guy, this is my second time writing to him. This is Ron Nakai, and signed this Pirates logo great, with the great 27 strikeout, no hit, no run game inscription. This was in the minors, obviously. And then the O-back TriStar card turned out horrible, got smeared. But you know, you can't win them all. Actually, this card was decently expensive. It was like $4 or $5, but still, you know, it happens. People are flying through mail and stuff gets smeared, so that's okay. All right, moving on, we have Mr. Toby Hara, and he signed 3 of 3 to my daughter, just like I asked, including his Diamond Kings card. So these are 3 great cards to get signed. I love the O-back cards, and Diamond Kings, obviously, they're legendary. I love this Upper Deck set too. Not great for TTMing, very dark cards, but the set of characters in them is pretty good. So signed 3 of 3 there. None for any projects though, so we'll throw those to the side. Next up, we have Mr. Bob Shirley, signed 3 of 3. Bob signed those perfectly to my daughter, and again, not for any projects, but real nice return there. All right, next, these are for projects. This is Mr. Bryn Smith, another repeat return. Found a couple cards I needed for projects. This is him signing autographs. That is a subset of the Oddball collection. So that will go over there. And this is him catching a ball, a ground ball, between his legs, which I thought was great for the Oddball collection. So those will go in the Oddball collection at the end. Next, we have another success for the Oddball collection. Another guy's a repeat, Mr. Ron Kittle. And this is a subset that I'm starting that's like young high school photos or little league photos of players, and old timer games and like celebrity softball games that they played in. So it's young and old, basically. It's another subset of I know that I have a lot, guys, but it's another subset of Project Oddball, Goofball, whatever. Next up, we have another success for Oddball teams. This is Mr. Jim Lonborg, and he signed 3 of 3. Been getting some damage on my cards. I don't know what's going on, but like 15% of my stuff is damaged coming through TTM, so I'm thinking about starting to use some protection. Don't know, we'll see. But Jim Lonborg, this is a Brewers card, and Jim Lonborg actually played for the Brewers for 33 games. So that'll go in Project Oddball. And these will not. Again, another Upper Deck card. Their vintage set, or I forget what that set was called. I always forget. Next up, we have an ACEO or custom card coming from Mr. Grant Jackson, another repeat return. So I write to these guys, and then I realize they have stuff that I need signed in other sets. So that's why you see so many repeat returns, me just getting stuff out there as soon as possible. So this is an ACEO card, again, blank back. But this one I actually made myself. So this card did not exist. This was made by a fan. So this will go to the side, and this will go into, let's see, go into 1966, maybe? I think so. Yeah. So it's going to sit here under Robbie Ballantyne. Okay. Next up, we have an oddball team again, and this one is a custom oddball team. Actually, after I sent this off, I figured out he actually had a team he played for less than this team, which is kind of amazing. But this is Mr. Elroy Face, another repeat return. So we have an ACEO custom card here, and that's a leading fireman card from 1967, and Frank Lindsay actually signs also, so that will be dual signed. So I'm going to put that to the side. That's actually not going in the book today because of the dual signature. Also signed the Upper Deck card. I got a whole set, so sent a lot of those off. And then also signed this which is an Expos card. Yeah, Elroy faced the famous Expo. He played for the Expos for 44 games. So that will go in the oddball set. Next, oh, actually, missed this. This is actually a photo Elroy signed. So that will be going to Vern Law next. So I think Bob Friend is the other guy, and I think he passed away. I think it's Bob Friend. I don't know. But Vern Law is definitely in this, and it's going off to him. All right. Next up, guys, we have a return from Mr. Eddie Taubensee, and we have a Project Goofball and 2 Project Archives in this. So we have a Fleer Tradition, that is a heritage card, and this is a card with him and his kid, which I think will go in Goofball. It's kind of a weird thing to have a baseball card with him and his baby, so that's definitely going there. So we're going to put that to the side for Project Goofball, and these will go in the book. So let's go to the 50s. All right, and then this is 54. And that's going to go right there. All right, next success is coming from Mr. Doug Drabeck. And he inscribed these to my daughter perfectly like I asked. This is not an archive card, just a plain 89 card. But I had it laying around, so I sent it. And these are actually archive cards. This is the Fan Favorites archive, and this is actually the Baseball Magazine archive. So back in the late 80s, early 90s, they did a lot of these rip-offs of Topps. You don't see any Topps logo on here, but it's a blatant rip-off. Got a bunch of those sent off too, so you should see some of those come back. So this is 71, I believe. So let's go to 1971. All right. I'm going to sit next to Larry Durker. And then Doug Drabeck in the 1990 set from the Fan Favorites. We're going to 1990. Let's see. Right here. We got to start a new page. Mr. Doug Drabeck. If I can get it in the book. Okay. Next up, another guy I've sent to before. I know there's a lot of them, but again, I keep finding cards of guys I've sent to and are reliable TTMers. This is probably my last request to this guy because I've written to him 3 times now. So, but he's up there in age, so you can't really waste time. This is Mr. Carl Erskine, and man, I love this return because there's some cool stuff, some unique stuff. First, oh, does that look familiar? Yeah, that Upper Deck set. Got that one signed. Had to get it signed. Came back great. And then we have 2 Project Archive successes that, you know, the first one I had no idea existed. But there's a Dim Bums set from 2005, and they used some legit cards from the 1955 top set, and then they made up the rest of the players that weren't actually in the set. So technically the ones that Topps made up for the Dim Bums set are archive cards, but the ones that they just reprinted are not. So I need to go through that set and make sure there's, I think there's a couple guys still living from that team, so I need to make sure Erskine may be the only one that signs. Anyways, there's the Dim Bums card. That card did not exist in 1955, but some other cards in the Dim Bums set did. It's just a weird set. And again, I think it's 2005. I'm trying to find as many of these oddball archive cards as possible. So let's go ahead and go to 1955 and put it in the book. All right, it's going to sit next to Dennis Gaither, or Gaither, I don't know. And then also we have an ACEO card right here, and this is a 1968 version of him in high school. So this is actually kind of a mixture between the young player, Little League player, and the archive set. I'm going to go ahead and put it in, we're going to put it in the high school set just because I have less of those right now. I may throw it over to the archives later, but that's going to go in the oddball set for now. Also, this is the last thing I'm going to show you. I'm not going to play it today because I have so much stuff to show you, and I don't want this video to be 5 hours long. But this is Mr. Don Larson's Perfect Game card from the Talking Baseball set. I wish I could play this card. I might play it in another video, but Carl Estrand signed down there and said, "I was there." So I love that inscription. Just great. So I'll put that to the side. That's not an archive card since it's not any design. Most of these are archive cards, but this one is not. Okay, next up we have Mr. Lenny Wilkins, another repeat, but man, I had like 3 cards I needed signed by him. So here we have 2 for the archive set, and signed those beautifully. Those are from the Seattle Children's Hospital set that I broke. And then we got his business card and these 2 cards, and this is the other one I needed. This is him on the Portland Trail Blazers, and he played for Portland for 65 games. So that will go in the oddball set, and this is going in the archive set. Here we go, 1984. Again, this binder is getting way too big, so we'll probably start breaking it down here soon. We're going to put one of these in there, and the other one would be put to the side as trade bait. So there we go. Next up, we have a Hall of Famer, an NBA Hall of Famer. This is Mr. Robert Parrish, signed 3/3. First time getting him. Had 2 cards there on the Celtics, which he's famous for. But we have another oddball card. Yes, I'm going heavy on the oddball stuff. This is him on the Chicago Bulls. And Robert Parrish played for the Chicago Bulls for 43 games. So just an oddball team there. That'll be going in later. And these will be put to the side. Next up, we have a success from Mr. Dusty Baker. Actually bought an autograph of him like literally a week ago. So this one came in right after I bought one, but that's okay. We'll save that later for trade bait. This is inscribed perfectly to my daughter, like I asked. So that's a 78. So we'll go to 1978, and they'll sit next to Lance Parrish. Okay, next up, another TTM return. Do not remember if I paid a fee on this. I think I did. I believe he charges $10 or something. Mr. Bill Madlock. Mr. Bill Madlock, it's a 1965. So let's put that in the book. Fun story about Bill Madlock. I sold a certified auto of his like last year. And he, on Twitter, liked it, which was weird. Like, he would like a certified autograph card of him being sold on eBay. Because I tweet out all my sales, all my stuff I'm selling on eBay. So, that's a fun little fact about Bill Madlock. Alright, next up, guys. This is a return, actually, for Project Donruss archive. And there's a lot of them. So we're going to put these to the side for now. They're not going in the book, but this is Mr. Kyle Petty. He signed 4/4 and signed the duel with his dad. This one's actually inscribed to Penelope, like I asked. The others are not, but that's fine. This is not an archive card, but these are. So those will go in the book at the end of the video. Alright, next up we have a great return from a guy that I got a return from sender first. I'm not sure if I sent to a different address or not. I'll have to check. But this is coming back from Manny Mota. I sent 3 things. He signed 5 things. So went above and beyond. Signed this Dodgers card here. Just a generic team card. Then he signed this Money Mike custom. Really nicely there. So nice to have that. And then signed this, which I sent. The reason I sent is for the Expos card. He actually played for the Expos for 31 games. So that's an oddball teams card. So that will go in the oddball project at the end. Then sent these extras. Sent the Dodgers flyer card, which I know Steve Garvey used to send these. They used to be pre-printed, but this one's hand-signed, inscribed to my daughter perfectly. So real happy with that. And then sent a whole photo. So this says best wishes, sincerely Manny Mota and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Really cool Dodgers uniform there, the red, white, and blue one. But just super happy with that. Super nice guy and a great signer. And the last one for today, guys, as my voice starts to peter out. This one's a hard guy to get, TTM, but he signed for me. And my daughter inscribed one of them to my daughter, but signed both cards. And of course, this is the one. This is one of them that got damaged in the mail, just mangled. This is Mr. Larry Brown. I believe he's in the Hall of Fame. Just one of the greatest coaches of all time. And signed 2 of 2 there. And this one inscribed to my daughter perfectly. Just those early 90s cards are great to get signed because there's a lot of white on them to sign. He didn't sign on the white there. He signed right over the black, but that's fine. just really happy to get those back signed, because that was a long shot. He does not sign TTM very often, so a real nice return from him. Alright guys, that is it for the TTMs. Let's go ahead and get the cards. And you know what? I'm going to skip putting the cards in the book for today because this video is so long. So I'm going to cut it off here. I do want to mention the reason I am tired and dragging and a little bit foggy in the head is I actually had a little baby boy over the week, actually on the 31st. So yeah, it's quite an experience. I'm tired, getting very little sleep, so I apologize for any sloppiness in the videos, but yeah, that's what's going on. Got a new little baby boy home, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, sorry this ran too long. Not going to put the oddball stuff in the video, but you'll see it in the next video already in the book. Alright guys, remember to go check out shuffletrades.com and get your trades in for January. If you want to check out my eBay store, it's bargainhistory.com, and a podcast will be coming back sometime in the spring, so look forward to that. Alright, thanks for watching guys, and you take care, all of you autograph addicts.